Alright, here we go. I've been asked to do another audio comment by HalfSilver28. He's been around making Move 2, good thing for him. And he's provided a playlist, which I probably should have done on Venom and Jeff Hardy. I don't know if Jeff Hardy had one. But he has a playlist with all this music that you can listen to while you're listening to it, or reading it. So I'm going to be playing that while I read my comment. If that works out, it'll work out. If it doesn't, it won't. Okay, so we have a moveset for Psyduck. Background, he's one of the original 151 Pokemon introduced in Pokemon Red and Blue, number 54. He's also one of the very few Pokemon to be catchable in every game in the main series. Psyduck is known for its constant headaches, which causes it to move infrequently. It stands around and holds its head frequently in an attempt to quell these headaches. However, it is only able to tap into its powerful psychic abilities when its headache worsens. This concept was popularized in the original season of the Pokemon anime series, where Misty owned an unusually dim-witted Psyduck that would randomly pop out of its Pokeball at the worst possible moments. During one battle, in fact, Misty considered hitting Psyduck with her bike in order to increase his headache. This moveset utilizes the relationship between Psyduck's headache and its powers in a similar manner. Alright, let's see how that works out. Psyduck is decidedly average in many categories. I've decided that this Psyduck is male, a little shorter than Mario, though he's a bit fatter, and weighs a tiny bit less as well. He dashes about as fast as Wolf, has horrible traction due to his webbed feet and lack of legs. He doesn't have much in the way of traditional power, but his attack speed is quite good for the most part, at least when it comes to physical attacks. Psyduck can't crawl or wall jump at any of that stuff. He's a fat duck, for God's sake. Oh, and his crouch is god-awful. Alright, this looks like it's going to be the mechanic, Psychic Headache. We'll skip right at the chase here. Psyduck's headache increases whenever a foe strikes his head with an attack. Okay, kind of a small target there, but... yeah, his body's like twice as big, but oh well. Psyduck's head has its own invisible damage counter, and attacks that hit will deal the same damage to his head as they deal to Psyduck himself. There will be slight indications when Psyduck's headache is increasing. He'll start to hold his head more frequently and be in visible pain. Once the damage on Psyduck's head reaches 60%, his eyes will close as he holds his head for a moment in concentration. When he opens his eyes, they immediately glow with blue psychic energy. This unlocks the true power of Psyduck's psychic attacks, his specials in particular, and changes a few of his other moves. Psyduck's headache-introduced state wears off after 45 seconds, or after he gets KO'd. So that's great and all, but how does Psyduck get this much damage on his head on a regular basis? Many of his close-range attacks encourage his opponent to attack his head, or simply put his head in the way of attacks in some cases. Psyduck can camp and keep away fairly well, along each stalk. He even has some methods to raise the damage on his head without getting damaged himself. This brings up Psyduck's unique tripped animation. When he trips, he falls backwards and hits his head. Alright. Takes him a little longer than most to get back up, but he effectively deals 5% damage to his head whenever he trips. If you have a little free time, shuffling around in place may not be such a bad idea. Okay, so you're taking tripping and making it a good thing. Okay, this psychic headache thing really reminds me of what I did with Thief, just having your part of your moveset locked for a certain amount of time, and I didn't pull it off very well with that. I'm sure that you'll be able to do a better thing with this, but let's see how it works out for you. Alright, specials. Up special, Confusion. He closes his eyes in concentration, holding his head as his body glows with blue energy. All items within 1 1/2 stage builder blocks of Psyduck then start to glow with energy, and float just above where they are affected. Okay, this can also affect foes who are no bigger than Psyduck himself. Pikachu, Jigglypuff, the kid, etc. Thanks for that. Nice shout out to the kid. Psyduck can throw anything he catches with this in any direction by hitting that direction, or just drop everything and end the move by hitting down or B. Items are thrown as if you threw them normally, and foes are thrown 4 stage builder blocks away. Okay, you can... I'm really not liking the whole stage builder block comparison thing when it's for horizontal distance. You could say like half of Battlefield or something, because that's something that we have a bit more experience with. This move has average starting and above average ending lag. Oh, and foes can button mesh out of this in about a second. They can also dodge it with a roll or a standing air dodge. If Psyduck uses this in the air, his downward momentum drops and he just floats there. Okay, he uses Confusion on himself, because it will move himself in any direction at half the speed of Snake's Scythe for 3 seconds. It's an infinite recovery. Is it really an infinite recovery if you only have 3 seconds? Anyways, where were we? Now what happens when Psyduck's true powers are unlocked by a headache? He performs the same animation with the same lag. All items and all foes within 3 stage real blocks of Psyduck are affected. Most items act the same when thrown, but boxes, crates, and other larger items are thrown 4 times as far as Psyduck and can throw them physically. Effective foes are now thrown away for 8% damage, and medium knockback like KOs around 170%. He is now able to use this move more effectively to stop unwanted approaches, give himself some room, and possibly score KO. This move causes chaos in item matches, of course. The airborne version of Confusion gets boosted as well, and he can move the same speed as Snake's Cipher. Okay, so... Or is it all? Alright, okay, that's good. So yeah, it's a pretty cool move. It's not basic, I like it. Side Special, Disable. Psyduck again closes his eyes for a moment. When he opens them, his eyes glow with whitish gray energy for about 0.3 seconds before returning normal. Any foe who is within Psyduck's line of sight faces him, and no more than 2 stage builder blocks away is frozen in place for about half a second. Once this wears off, they will find that the last move that they use being hit has been disabled. They won't be able to use that move again for 30 seconds. However, 30 seconds? Okay, well, whatever. However, they can avoid this with the dodge or even by shielding. They'll just cover their eyes. Okay, where were we? They'll be able to use that move again for 30 seconds. However, they can avoid this with the dodge or even by shielding. With a somewhat fragile Psyduck, it may be best to disable a KO move or a good approach move to boost his survivability. That's a good idea. This move has above average start lag and low ending lag. Like Confusion, this move gets a simple distance boost when Psyduck is powered up. He can now hit anyone within his line of sight with this move, forcing them to go on the defensive no matter where they are, if they're on a standard turning stage. The animation and lag remain the same. And, in case you're wondering, yes, Psyduck can disable a grab with this move. Grab-heavy characters should be very careful around Psyduck. Okay, well, disabling grab, I'm not sure that would actually work because, you know, unless they're just holding on to you forever, you're going to be disabling one of the throws or the pummel instead. So, it's not really that much of a threat to so-called grab-happy characters. Okay, neutral special, Psychic. Psyduck closes his eyes as his body is surrounded in blue psychic energy, looking almost identical to the animation for Confusion. And then, nothing happens. The hell? That's the thing about this move. Psyduck's headache to be especially bad for him to use this move. Alright? Anyhow, Psyduck performs the same starting animation when powered up. This time, any foes who aren't dodging within 3 stage burial blocks of Psyduck start to glow with blue energy and are levitated into the air, just as if they were hit by Confusion. Psyduck can't throw them though, and they can button mash out in about 1.5 to 2 seconds. Foe takes 3% damage for every half second they remain stuck, visibly writhing in pain for the duration. Unlike for Confusion, Psyduck can walk while using this, but not attack or jump. Thus, he can put himself in a position to attack the foe the moment they release him Psychic. This move has above average starting lag and average end lag. Alright, so... yeah. They're just hovering in the air. I'm sure you have a KO move later on, pretty soon. Down special, Amnesia. Psyduck holds his head and tilts it in confusion, the inaudible sigh as he does so. A cartoony question mark then appears above his head for a moment before the move ends. This move takes about 2 seconds to perform, having low lag on both ends. What this does is it makes Psyduck unable to use the last move he used before Amnesia for 30 seconds. That's kind of poorly worded there. This move makes Psyduck unable to use the last move he used. No, whatever. He forgets it, hence the name of this move. In exchange, his weight increases by 10% during that 30-second period. Okay. Gains super armor against any attack. So Amnesia is the one that will double your special defense, right? I'm pretty sure that it is, but... oh yeah, you mentioned water sport later on in this move. You might want to say which input that move is or what it does. You just need to be careful about referencing moves that you haven't actually written yet. So yeah, I'm not sure where the super armor thing came in. I know that it doubles your special defense, but it just feels like it's kind of tacked on. Okay. Alright. Standards, neutral A combo, Fury Swipes. Nothing more than your typical basic combo. He attacks by swiping horizontally with one claw, then slashes in the same manner with his other claw. Does Psyduck have claws? Those are pretty wimpy claws, but okay. No matter. He finishes with a slightly stronger slash, the combo as a whole just having KO range. Just having KO range, I don't know what that means. The first 2 hits deal 2%, third deals 4%, so totaling at 8%. Despite dealing low damage, it is his best option for getting foes out of his face. Always gotta have one of those moves. Dash attack, Duck Rush. Oh, I'm getting it. Okay, you have the purple for the special moves. You have, well, the special moves in the Pokemon game. Normal type moves, water type moves, normal type moves. Yeah, okay, I like that organization. It's pretty cool. I wouldn't have thought of that. Duck Rush. Dives for 2.5 stage builder blocks. Once again, I could see you using something else like a stage builder platform, 1.5 stage builder platforms. Instead being a good priority hitbox, it deals 9% damage and medium knockback that KOs around 185%. While this works you limited use normally, it has a secondary function. So he lands on his belly after he hits with his moves, suffering an average ending lag. If he misses, he starts a curve and lands head first. Alright, dealing 6% to his head. This isn't damage. Okay, it's not added to the damage, your normal damage meter. He suffers bad ending lag.